Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something super special for y'all, man. We got 44 Savage in the building, man. 44 Savage, what's up?
Man, what's going on? You all right?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man. Now, 44 Savage, you have been the talk on social media for a very, very long time. I appreciate you using my platform as your first outlet to tell your story and to really get out there and talk to the people about what's been going on in your life and your life story. But first off, we got to start off simple, man. Where are you from in Atlanta, and are you originally from Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm originally from Atlanta. I'm from John Brown South apartment. The project, man.
Okay, so have you lived in Atlanta your whole life?
Yeah. I'm from John Brown South apartment, but I grew up on the west side. Like
okay, so real west side guy, right?
Yeah. No, I'm all three now, but yeah, I just be all over.
Okay, I got you. Now, what's interesting about your story is, we first found out about you, not through rapping, but through one of the biggest cases in the history of hip hop, man. And I'm pretty sure you were shocked when you saw your name out there in everybody's videos and everybody's clips and being talked about and stuff like that. But man, I want to walk down the timeline. So how did you know, or how have you ever known Young Thug?
He from my apartment. He from John Brown South. We from the same apartment. He a little older than me, but I know him.
Now, how long were y'all acquainted? Like, were y'all always cool, or what was the situation between you and Young Thug? I'd love to hear the story.
Like he just mutual. He grew up around my people. Like, he older than me, so me and him, we never really hung. We ain't never hung together.
Okay, so you guys never really have been acquaintances and hung out.
Nah.
Now, on the flip side, what about YSL Lil Witty? How did you know Lil Witty?
I know from here. I used to live over there in Mechanicsville.
Okay, so can you tell the story of how y'all first met?
I just met him hanging in Mechanicsville. I just see him. I don't know him like that, though. Just see him around.
Okay, because there's been different stories about your relationship with Young Thug and your relationship with YSL Lil Witty, right? Now, Witty famously, took the stand and whatnot in the YSL Rico case, and there's been times where YSL Lil Witty has pretty much rebounded back from the whole YSL Rico case and came out as an internet kind of star or whatnot. But man, before we get into some of the things that were brought up in the case, what did you think initially about some of the things that were breaking as far as the news when it comes to YSL and this whole YFN beef? Like, first off, is it as clear cut as people believe that it was? And on top of that, did you think that the lines were drawn that deep? And if so, what side were you on?
I went. Oh, I got it. Oh, I'm trying to see, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I ain't trying to get you jammed up.
Say that one more time. You smooth. Say that one more time for me.
Now, when it comes to the whole YSL versus YFN beef, what did you think about that getting publicized and all the attention it got?
I ain't really think too much about it. Cause that's like real life street stuff. So yeah, man. They in the internet, they're really different. See, for on the internet, they take it different. I take stuff in different, so I ain't really put too much thought in it.
Okay, because the thing with it is, and I get the part that it's a street situation, so it's difficult to talk about. Even though the cases are over and stuff like that, you're stopping on gray area right there. I get that, right? But yeah, the fact that superstar rappers was involved is what made this such a big headline, made it such a big story. You have your Young Thug on one end, then you have your YFN Lucci on the other end, then you have OG Nut or Peanut, his name was thrown in there as far as being, a manager of Rich Homie Quan and I believe YFN Lucci. So you have all these different characters that brought this to the mainstream, man. Now, when you start seeing all these headlines popping and stuff like that with real street stuff, like, what did you think?
Well, I thought it shouldn't be on the internet. That's what I thought. Like, it shouldn't have made it that far, but even though it did, because it was a real big case, like you said. But I still feel like it shouldn't have made it that far to the internet. Well, folk be out in them folk being there like that.
Yeah, it's a tough one because, anytime there's a superstar rapper involved, it's gonna every blogger is going to jump on that story. Every headline is going to lead to about 1 million different videos. So, man, like watching that and being who you are, what did you think about that part about it?
It really was crazy to me. Cause you know, they kept saying my name all throughout it, you feel me? So everybody was just crazy on my end. I be trying to forget about it.
I bet, man. Now, okay, when it comes to YSL versus YFN, do you feel like has that beef gone to a way where things have cooled down? Or is it still, you know, one of those things where if it's a street thing, it's kind of always there, hanging over everybody's head?
Man, I can't really tell you no more because I don't be in the mix. Like, if you would add me in 2015, I probably had a different answer. But I can't really tell you now because I don't really be in the mix of none of them people.
Okay. Now, in 2015, your name was listed a lot in a lot of paperwork. We're going to talk about a lot of that later. But when it comes to, like, as far as, like, those cats blowing up as rappers, right?
Yeah.
They're rappers, they doing their thing, and essentially this starts to spread news and starts to become, you know, fodder for the blogs and stuff like that. So while YFN Lucci is battling it out with Young Thug on interviews, they're dissing each other on radio and stuff like that. How is the streets looking at that?
I can't really tell you. I was locked up. I was locked up. I was in prison.
Okay, so for that, during that whole time, when YFN Lucci and Young Thug were on the radio station going back and forth, for most of that time you were locked up?
Yeah, I was in prison. I went in prison, I got locked up in 2015. I did a little time. I got out, stayed about 1.5 years. Then I went back and did like 4 years.
Okay, now can you talk about what led to you getting locked up?
It was a little situation. 2015. Probably been a drive-by shooting I had got locked up for.
Okay, so you got locked up for a shooting?
Yeah, in 2015.
Okay, so you were...
In 2017, it was a gun charge.
Yeah, so
yeah.
You ended up getting a gun charge because of your previous charge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you can't, you know, have a gun, right?
I was a convicted felon by then. I had took some papers in 2015 for the drive-by shooting.
Now, are you currently, or are you still on paperwork or anything?
I got a couple months left. To be honest, I get out probation in February.
Okay. So you stepping right to the door of freedom, man. So I definitely don't want you to see you get jammed up or anything like that. And I get it. So when it comes to your situation, are you able to talk to or communicate with anybody from YSL?
I don't really communicate with nobody from YSL really anyway. I don't make from the apartment I'm from. I don't make from the apartment I'm from. I probably talk to one person. Well, they're like my family. He's my family. He's a family member.
All right, so most of the people who were talked about in the case, did you know them?
I know all of them. Yeah, I know them. It's Atlanta, man. It's small.
Yeah, it seems that way, man. And it seems like a lot of the things that were circulating as far as the beef made it elevate or escalate more because of how small and conjoined a lot of the hoods are, right?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, you didn't talk about how you met YSL Witty, but there's plenty of times where YSL Witty kind of referenced you as somebody that he knew. Like, well, like, did you know YSL Witty like that?
Yeah, I know. I told you I moved over that way from the west side to like Peterborough, Canterbury area. When I was in like the 9th grade, I stayed over there for a long time, probably like 8, 9 years. So I just used to go hang in their hood every now and then. So I knew of them or whatever. We ain't never really just hung together. Like one of my buddies was his buddy, so it's just like we're always mutual.
Okay, so you guys were mutuals through somebody else.
Yeah.
Now, when things started to take off, as far as people getting arrested, now things got real for hip hop when Young Thug, YFN Lucci gets arrested, right? Yeah. Then there's a whole situation about YFN Lucci, and he gets wrapped up in a RICO case. He gets arrested, he gets released, he gets arrested again because he gets thrown into a RICO case, right? Now, this was one of the first times we seen an actual hip hop Rico out there, right? And YFN Lucci is at the helm of it. Little do we know, Young Thug is going to be locked up with several of his partners or whatever, man. Now, when YFN Lucci gets locked up for this Rico, what did you think about that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really be in other people's business, so I really ain't think too much about it. I ain't think too much about it because I ain't really into it like other people be into it.
Yeah, and I noticed that because I remember the post that you made when your name got brought up initially, and you were like, basically you said, hey man, the streets or the internet saying this about me and I'm not even worried about it, typically, right?
Yeah.
Now with that, man, there was a whole bunch of gang talk involved in this. And I know you're trading lightly on this one, man, so I get it. But there was a big part of this where people were talking about the Inglewood Family Blood faction and other Bloods throughout the city. Now, is it really ganged out like that as far as Bloods go in Atlanta?
Like I said, man, I told you I don't be in the mix, so I really can't tell you.
Okay, yeah, I got you. And we'll leave that one alone. Now, personally, what do you think about YFN Lucci?
He's smooth.
Now, had you ever met him or had a relationship with him in any way?
I done met him, like in the same situation with Witty. Like one of my buddies, they were cool with him or whatever. I done met him a couple times. We ain't never really hung together though, me and him.
Okay, now what'd you think about his older homeboy? And one of the biggest topics we're gonna discuss today, OG Nut.
Oh, I ain't never really met him. I don't know him.
You never met Peanut at all?
Nah, I never met him.
Okay, because
I probably seen him, but I never met him. I ain't never met him before.
Now, reputation-wise, what do you know about Peanut? Was he a good manager? Was he a well-liked guy in the streets?
Everybody know him though. I can say that.
Now, what about him being a manager and working with artists? Was he more known for that?
I can't tell you because I really don't know him. I done seen him probably like 1 or 2 times. Probably done heard of him, but I don't know him though.
Okay, so the story goes like this, that Peanut had us, and this is why the whole YSL and YFN situation kicked off, was that Lil Witty had tried to robbed something out of Peanut's car, which led to a lot of the situations that we saw play out in the street.
Yeah, what about it?
Now, with that being said, did you know anything about that situation or had you heard anything about that? Because essentially they said that Lil Witty robbed something from Peanut, right?
Yeah.
And took it out of his car, I believe his chain. He was later seen in the club. There was a fight that took place. Lil Witty caught the bad end, and that led to a lot of people getting shot and things going down in the streets.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't hear about it. Well, I heard about it. I don't know about it. Yeah, I heard about it for sure. I really heard about it recently. I know I ain't being fun on that. I really heard about it recently. And like seeing one of the videos on Instagram where they talking about it. I never knew about it back then though.
Nah, I get that part of it, man. I get that part of it. Now, that seemed to be the crux of what kicked off the whole beef and which essentially led to these 2 huge RICO cases, which we're going to get to next, right?
Yeah.